Freaks in the Basement is on the air. is Freaks in the Basement on KBLP. I'm your host, the Freak, Chris Stevens. I have the freaks locked up at the moment. They're in their nice padded rooms, bouncing off the walls. They're locked in their rooms for your protection. They can't be trusted in public. Why is this door open? Dang it. Not again. The freaks have escaped. This ain't good. Did you hear an intake of breath right behind you? Hear the exhalation of breath. Feel the breath on the back of your neck. It's probably nothing to worry about. But then again, perhaps you should be very frightened. This is Freaks in the Basement. The freaks are on the loose. Lock your doors. Check the windows. And hide. 'Cause no one is safe. Freaks in the Basement is on the air.
Freaks in the Basement is on the air.
Welcome to Freaks in the Basement on KBLP. I'm your host, the Freak, Chris Stevens. I have a good show lined up for you tonight. I'm going to be doing things a little different than normal. The reason for this is because I'm going to be reading you two fairly long stories over the course of the next month to month and a half. The two stories are connected. I'll be reading you the first part of Nightmare at the Dirt Track tonight, and I'll finish that story off next week. I broke the story down into 6 parts when I originally wrote it, but that was because I was posting them as I wrote it. The parts don't actually serve any purpose that I can see. I'll be reading you parts 1 through 3 tonight, and 3 through 6 next week. The following week, I'll start reading Nightmares at the Lake. That story has quite a few parts, 25 I think, and the parts do serve a purpose. The parts, or chapters, of that story are actually titled. Before I start reading Nightmare at the Dirt Track, I'll be reading you an absurd note, or memo. It didn't give me the idea for Nightmare at the Dirt Track, but I do mention the note in the story. It is part of the story, so that's why I'll be reading it tonight. I do have 2 other notes that I'll be reading, but I won't read those until just before I read Nightmares at the Lake. It'll make sense when I read them, why I wait until then to read them. They are part of the story. It's sort of what ties the stories together, at least partly. Now it's time for me to do my number 1 psycho fan of the week. This week is Brenda Oakes. She's such a sweetie. Well, I thought she was. Now, not so much. She showed me these 2 interesting books, The Necronomicon and De Vermis Mysterious. I was very intrigued. Then she began reading from them, even though they said, "Do not read," in bright red letters. It looked like blood. I didn't understand a thing she was saying, but after she finished reading, really strange stuff started happening. I've been getting attacked by demon-possessed beings. Things have gotten completely out of hand. What the hell is going on? I feel like I'm trapped in an Evil Dead movie, or an episode of Ash vs. Evil. Okay, Brenda, this isn't funny anymore. I gave you a shout out. It's time for you to close the portal to hell. I got a show to do. Finally, I'm out of that nightmare. Fans, you gotta love them. But if they start reading from the Necronomicon or De Vermis Mysterious, then it's time for you to head the other way. Trust me.